shoot that out, they get it right.
Rule number 1 is to make sure the alligator is dead before you put him in the boat.
We're doing good now.
Three, two, one. So what does all of this mean?
No candy, can't afford that. Too big already.
Most of the folks in this area understand, you know, they're quite familiar with the floodwaters.
The IT Corporation wanted to build the world's largest hazardous waste incinerator. Nowhere, it was literally going to be in her backyard.
And let them in the pot, cover them tight, and they will on. Takes just about 35 minutes.
There have been some of the kids that came in with a fairly long rap sheet of such, and that doesn't really have any significance.
Not mean to say that I have the money in my pocket, but that I'm ready to get it for you on a few minutes' notice anytime during banking hours.
Is that probably true? He only had a couple of hundred on him when I searched him late this afternoon at my office.
Because I'm afraid. After what happened to Floyd, I'm afraid to touch it except to turn it over to somebody else. What exactly did happen to Floyd?
Come on out. Come out, whoever you are. Step out in the light and let's have a look at it. Who's your boss?
Dat is een stijl, jongen. Wat is er daar los? Kan voor heute niet überhaupt ein. Sind Sie deppert? Ja, Sie meine ich. Schauen Sie so blöd. Eine Frechheit ist doch mitten in der Nacht so einen Krawall zu machen.
Harry.
Eine Frechheit ist das, so einen Krawall zu machen.
Particles that make up the comet's most visible parts, but 76 years later, would-be astronomers, young and old, are out searching again.
Probably going to see it one time in our whole life.
I would be 93. I would ever be able to see it again, so.
Odyssey House also takes women in addition to men.
You put 60 men in a room together this size.
They have to wait in line on everything.
The poultry industry is on its way to the top of the agricultural world, feeding a chicken-crazy nation where Americans are already eating 54 pounds of chicken meat a year.
with the weight of the bird versus the feed conversion the best we can, because this determines our end as far as the way we get paid.
We can first of all, you have to keep in mind that there is a procedure set up under.
Time is of the essence for fathers wanting to share this experience with their sons. The comet's visibility will change with the moon until it eventually takes its leave April 7th.
Find out about Rosebud. Get in touch with everybody that ever knew him. Oh, who knew him well. That manager of his, Bernstein.
The chaos Hips is talking about comes out of the selling block. Since the spring sale started last week, cattlemen are getting $75 to $50 less per cow, adding up to a $500,000 loss statewide since the dairy buyout started. For those ready to sell, it just doesn't seem fair.
It could put a lot of people just plumb out of business. They just quit keeping cattle, because you can't just lose on and on.
I don't know. Everything looks bad. Looks a little bad right now.
The talk at the livestock diner is lawsuit.
Well, two reports here in New Orleans at the annual American Heart Association suggest that getting fatter is not a healthy thing to do.
George W. Bush received more than 1 million votes in Louisiana, and our ticket added additional states in Iowa and New Mexico as well.
Okay, tell me about your ducks.
These acid-soaked windows may appear to be ordinary acts of vandalism, but an international terrorism website is taking credit.
Around the corner of the house, and azaleas, and as well as some azaleas over on this side of the house. Let's see, what else do we have?
And I'm very well convinced that when the true facts come out, that fantasy, that speculation that's woven into this fabric will simply cause that fabric to disappear. But I got to go.
Right now to be able to tell the other side of the story.
It feels great. Feels great for a change. Okay.
Mr. Quinn, you don't dispute the fact that the Ikers came.
We got to wait for the facts to come out.
Commenting on the Alabama.
Please don't hurt yourself, Ron.
What day was the Alabama notice for?
You feel as though that they talked about betrayal in the opening arguments. Do you feel as though that you were sufficiently duped from the outset by these guys? That they just con you from the very beginning?
What you'll see will be the facts as they're presented in the trial, and I think you'll be able to judge that for yourself.
That big goose runs him off every time he gets close to the other geese.
Yeah, I guess that's just the way the nature works, you know.
At least the parish came out recently and cut the grass.
We woke up yesterday morning and found it sitting in the middle of the street. Well, we just figured somebody got out of it, went inside, you know, and come back out. When I came out to go to work, it was still sitting there. Came home yesterday afternoon and still sitting there, so everybody started calling the police. But they didn't send the police out right away. They sent the meter maid. The meter maid comes out, she puts a ticket on it and left.
After the meter maid left yesterday, no one came after that. We called again this morning. They came out, the lady police checked it. She looked in there, she saw the keys still in the ignition.
The keys still in the truck, so probably somebody drunk who is for, you know, forgot where they parked it at. When we first came out, all you heard was a hissing sound, pressure. I didn't know whether it was gonna blow up or not. It's terrible.
One fella pulled out a pistol and wanted to shoot the truck last night. Blowing the horn all night long, trying to pass.
And they're riding like they're crazy.
And this little guy there, he's getting the kicks out of that, him. He's been doing that all day.
Riding like he's crazy, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Instead of everybody's just pulling up, they blowing the horn like if the truck could move out the way.
It ain't gonna move, baby.
I can't play no traffic cop, I can tell you. Horns blowing, bump, 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 bump.
They sit there and they blow their horn.
One man got out the car. Y'all know who this truck for?
Something needs to be done, because this is ridiculous. Look up, tow truck on the corner now. Backing straight up. Whoa. Ooh. We're hoping that they really move it. We got to see this to believe it. I hope they can move it, but it looks like it's giving them hell. Looks like they're going to the rear of it.
I don't know. They got to work for it, I can tell you that.
We're going to roll out. We're going to roll here to go right now.